Hello everybody, my name is Sally Ann Spence and welcome to day 13 of our 2-week dig at Court Farm. It's an incredible paleontological dig and we're going to be doing lots of videos. In fact, we have done loads of videos, so please look at our YouTube channel, We Dig Fossils. But with me now is Harry. Hi Harry.
Hi Sally.
Now Harry, you've got a whole big box of fossils. You haven't found all of these, have you?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. So all the spoil heaps that have been coming up as the digger's been making all these trenches, a lot of rubbish material that we don't want gets churned up and thrown away. But there are some fossils that get caught up in that, some of the less valuable ammonites, and I go hunting amongst the spoil heaps to find all the good stuff that's been left behind, because all these ammonites help to tell a broader story about the diversity of animals that are at the site, and some of them are quite nicely preserved, so you can see some of the sutures where the chambers are interlocking, you can tell what species they are by the ribbing, so there's a lot to be learned even from things that are deemed not as important as all the fishies.
Oh wow! Well, let's have a. Can we have a little look then? Can you take us for a tour? We've got Amalia working the camera. Amalia, do you mind coming in a bit close? Look at that.
So this is one of the nicest ones that I found on the spoil, just sitting on the top of a heap.
Look at that. The camera might jump a bit. We're live, raw, and unedited, so it could well jump a little bit to focus.
So that's a nice one. There are lots of, this one's a lovely one found by our dear friend Judith Sassoon, and this one very nicely shows the intricate feathering of the sutures, and those are where the different ammonite chambers interlock with each other. And if I can find a cross-sectional example, you can see how those chambers look. So those feathery structures that we see on the surface, in cross-section, you have these what's called a cat's paw, and those cat's paws interlock with each other, and that's how the chambers form as the ammonite curls around.
It's absolutely brilliant. I mean, we don't throw fossils away, as you say. There's stuff that goes out with the spoil, and then it's because we're keeping certain ones for the museum and certain ones that are special for research and all the rest of it. There are so many fossils, so you do have to draw a line.
I've been collecting so many. At the end of the day, I take them to Nigel Larkin, a good friend of ours, and he shows exactly what it needs keeping, what can be discarded, and the discard pile we use to give away for the children for the public engagement event that we have being set up right behind us.
Yeah.
So there's so many things. One of the things that we have are belemnites as well. So these are special belemnites because they have worm borings on the surface of them.
See, this is what I love about you, Harry, looking for these little things. So you can see.
So all those little pits there are made by worms or sponges boring into the belemnite.
And that tells us a lot about the sea life on the seafloor.
Yeah, and the relationships between these different organisms at the time.
Exactly, and the conditions, the environmental conditions.
Yeah, because there had to be certain oxygen content in the water to allow these animals to survive.
That is absolutely brilliant.
So these are a very special selection of belemnites because a lot of the belemnites get thrown into what we've called the belemnite bucket, and the bucket is being used as part of the engagement event, and our dear friend Amalia Robertson behind the camera is using a make and take craft event to build your own belemnite, and after building one you can then take away your very own real belemnite. So all these fossils that get discarded, they can either be kept, the nicer ones, for scientific purposes to study because they're diagnostic, so we can tell what species they are or genus they come from. And as for the belemnites, again, the special ones are kept, whereas the other ones are still used but for engagement purposes. So everything has a purpose, nothing gets discarded or thrown away entirely.
I think that is, a big part of what we do here. Oh wow, look at this.
Different block here full of beautifully intricate little brachiopod shells. And a nice ammonite negative on the side there.
Really, really important. Again, we're meeting so many people like yourself throughout this dig who are looking at different aspects of what we're pulling out of the ground as well.
Yeah, so, great diversity of organisms.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Did you find any fish?
I did find one fish, one of the Leptolepis, one of the most common little tiddlers around here. So that needs to be prepped out and beautified a little bit before it can go on display. So I have one fish to my name so far, yes. But there's still tomorrow, so who knows? Maybe we'll get a whopper then.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for sharing this with us, Harry.
Thank you.
And it's another aspect of the dig and the finds that we're getting from the dig. So absolutely brilliant. But right now, it's getting really busy behind us. The public are starting to come in.
They're pouring in.
So do carry on watching our videos. As I said, the YouTube channel is We Dig Fossils and our hashtag is
Fossil fishing.